Hello, everyone. Good evening. How are you? So, tonight I am redoing a react that I did last night. I don't know what happened, but I uploaded the react video and the sound wasn't showing up. And I don't know if it was me. I don't know if it was YouTube just having a moment, but it happened. People were leaving comments saying we can't hear the sound. So, I'm redoing it. This is part two, I guess. So tonight I'm reacting to Amberlynn Reid's video called Weight Loss Surgery, Quitting Outpatient, and More. So I guess Amber wants to get weight loss surgery. Those of you that are on my channel, you know that I am someone that I have a BED in recovery. I've been watching Foodie Beauty and Amber for a while. More Foodie than Amber, but they are extremely similar. And so I have thoughts about this video and I want to share them with the rest of you. So we're going to try this again. And I would like to remind everyone, those of you that are new to my channel, if I upload a video and you don't hear sound immediately, that might mean that the video is still processing, because I do upload it and I put it on private, but sometimes people can see it. If it's still processing, that means you're not going to hear sound. So if that is the case, please just wait a couple of minutes and you might hear the sound then. So I just thought I would say that ahead of time. So let's get started with Miss Amber and her video, because I've got so much to say. So there's Amber with her video. And let's get to, shall we?
Because I like to deep clean. I don't get it. Why y'all coming for me? Because I recently showed you guys that I was deep cleaning like all of my cabinets in my kitchen, and people were like, oh my gosh, she does this all the time. I literally haven't done it in a couple years. So I don't know why y'all coming for me. I like to clean. I feel like if I didn't do these things, people would be like, oh my gosh, she's so lazy, da da da. You can never come for me for that, because I like to deep clean. And something I haven't done and have been prolonging was deep cleaning the kitchen cabinets. It was crazy. And it's like, this is normally something I would film and I'd want to film and I would be excited to film. And I know there's a large portion of people who would love to see it. I'd love to see it. I love when people film stuff like that. But y'all, I'm suffering with a bad case of judgment-itis. I don't know.
Maybe there might be some videos out there where people really enjoy deep cleaning, but it sounds to me, Amber, like you're looking for content. You're looking for things that are not your norm, that you're expecting praise for. You're expecting people to praise you for doing things like deep cleaning. So are you doing the deep cleaning because you're trying to attract a different kind of genre to your channel? Like maybe you're trying to tap into the ASMR stuff, because there are ASMR videos around things like that. Are you doing it because you find it personally rewarding to clean? Or are you doing it because you're expecting praise from people? There are lots of us that we do the cleaning, we do the laundry, we wash the dishes, we clean the house. We don't expect people to praise us for it. It's just stuff that needs to get done. Like I did some housework today. I did 2 loads of dishes. Should I make that into YouTube? Should I make that into content? Should I expect praise from that? No, it's just part of adulting. So if people are not patting you on the back for the deep cleaning, don't get angry about it. Don't get disappointed over it. Do it because it's something you want to do and you need to do, and you get a sense of accomplishment out of it.
I just feel like judgment lately, and like just like constantly, and so much of it just like repeatedly and repeatedly is just really getting to me, and it's just preventing me from filming what I want to film. And I have felt like this in the past. I've been on YouTube for like a decade now, and I have felt this way, but this feels different. It feels more heavy, more extreme. It's paralyzing because it's like, I don't know if it's a trauma response, just like all of the nitpicking, belittling. It's, you guys are taking away things that I enjoy. Like,
Oh, look at you. See, I don't like what she just said. She's trying to say that the audience is responsible for her not enjoying her content. I'm not going to let you get away with that. I am not going to let you get away with saying that your audience is the reason why you're not enjoying your content. I'm going to give my opinion on it, Amber. I think that you are in a very unique position that you also share with Foodie Beauty. I think the two of you have been on YouTube for so long and you've been making money in such an easy way that you have equal parts of being entitled and being burnt out. You're entitled because you've got it easy. All you have to do is make a video, upload a video, and you make lots of money. On the other side of that coin, you feel burnt out, because you don't want to put any effort forth anymore. You don't want to try. You're burnt out on YouTube, and yet you won't do other things, which would help your burnout. If that's what's going on, that would help you feel less burnt out, or it would make you feel more refreshed and revived and make you more excited about your content. You put yourself on this roller coaster. You decided to make a YouTube channel. Your YouTube channel is doing well enough that you don't have to get a regular job. You should be grateful for that. There are lots of people in the world. They work very hard, very long hours. They worry every month about making sure all the bills are paid and the groceries are bought. You don't have to worry about that. So you should look at your channel and just say, I am blessed. I am absolutely blessed that I have what I have. Because what else would I do if not this? Where would I be without my audience? What would I be without my YouTube paycheck? Am I employable? Can I work a regular job? Can I work sitting at a desk? Can I get used to working for a boss again? No. No, you've been entitled for too long. So whatever this burnout is, you need to work your way through it. You need to find a way to enjoy doing content again. But you cannot and will not get in front of a camera and blame your audience for not enjoying your channel. Maybe the reason why you're not enjoying your channel is because you're not doing content that you're really happy to do.
like thoroughly taking it away. And I'm not going to fully have judgment stop me from showing things that I love. I can't. And that even includes something as simple as deep cleaning. Y'all, you need to be doing it too. Like, remember to deep clean your homes like twice a year, maybe even more, whatever floats your boat. But things like going through the cabinet, taking everything down, like, do that shit. And people are just like coming for me. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think I've just noticed that like YouTube really takes away joy. It's like the act, it's so weird. It's like the act of YouTube and the outcome of me uploading a video are two different things. I love filming, editing. I love editing. I love uploading. I love the whole process of the filming, the editing, and all of that. But the minute my video hits the big screen, that's where the joy is just taken from me. Because
maybe I'm a negative Nancy, but the way I'm interpreting what you're saying is you love making videos and you love making thumbnails because you love making money. But the moment you have to put it on a public platform and hear what the public has to say, that's when you get salty. So you're on a public platform, you want to make money off the public, but you don't want to hear from the public. You don't want to hear their opinions. You don't want to hear their feelings. You just want them to shut up and give you money. Just upload the video, make money. But when it comes to the people that are giving you the views and giving you the money, you don't want to hear about it. Here's a simple solution. If you don't want to hear from the people, turn off the comments. Easy. Will it hurt your engagement? Absolutely. But if that's what's stopping you from feeling joy on YouTube, there's a simple solution.
People are so horribly harsh lately, and it's just been a lot. And my anxiety has been, it hasn't been good. And I just noticed I'm very introverted. This is new. This is very new. When I was younger, I guess I would consider myself the opposite of that. And then as I got older, I know there's a word for being both. I was very much in the middle, sometimes introverted, sometimes not. Da, da, da. Now, as I'm like older, I'm just like such an introvert. Like, I don't care about having like friends. I don't care about like leaving my apartment all the time. Like, my joy comes from just like peace.
You know, Amber, I'm somebody that I myself am a bit introverted. I will freely admit that I'm a bit introverted. I tend to keep to myself a lot. So I can relate to being introverted. But I've gone back to your channel and looked at your content. I want you to know that. I want your audience to know that I'm trying to be fair here. And I'm going to cut through the BS. I'm going to cut through all of it right now. I think in your younger years, when you first started YouTube, yes, you were more outgoing. Yes, you like to do things. You like to dance. You like to hang out with people. You were not as introverted then. I think if you are introverted, indeed, and it's not a lie, I think it has to do with your health. I think it has to do with your lack of health. The worse your health has become, the more weight you've gained, the more you basically created yourself to be a shut in because you're not mobile as much, so you can't go out as much. You created your own circumstances. I think your situation, and I'm not trying to diagnose you with anything, I'm not a doctor. I don't think it's so much a case of you being introverted. I think it's just more of a case of you gave up. You gave up. You gave up your health for a YouTube paycheck, and you're still giving it up. And to illustrate that point, let me show you something. So in this video, you're talking about weight loss surgery, correct? This was posted 1 day ago. Keep that date in mind, y'all. That's important. In this vlog, which was posted 10 days ago, here you are eating Australian candy bars. You were doing more decluttering and gifts from your mom. So there you are eating food on camera, which as someone who suffers from a BED, you should not be doing because you're monetizing your addiction for food. Another further point, let's go through your channel. Let's look at your content. So we've got a video about weight loss, another one about weight loss, so 2 about weight loss. What do we got here? We got the one with the candy bars. This one's saying no more fad diets. Okay. Here we go. Here, look at the thumbnail, y'all. Look at this still. Her eating food. So, Amber, you seem to have a pattern. You seem to have a pattern. 1 minute you're talking about losing weight and getting healthy. The next minute you are monetizing your BED. You keep flip-flopping. It's almost like you're trying to attract 2 different audiences because you're not staying on one side of the fence nor the other. And one thing I will tell you about recovery, you have to take a stand and you have to stick with it in order for it to work. You can't be flip-floppy. You can't float from, I'm going to monetize my problem to, I want to get help with my problem. You have to take a stand. You can't be wishy-washy. Watching your videos, seeing your flip-floppy content, as someone that I also have dealt with BED, and mine is in recovery. Looking at you, I can honestly say, I don't think you want to get help for your problem. I really don't think so. I don't think you're really ready yet. I don't really see determination in you, that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. I think you're way too comfortable on YouTube. I think you're comfortable with the money. And although you're complaining to YouTube about, oh, it's your fault, you're comfortable. You've become too comfortable with all the wrong things. And you know people watch you and they may not like you, but you're not wanting to come out of that toxic comfort zone. You're making too much money with it. And maybe you're wondering, if I become healthy, what's going to happen to my income? What's going to happen to my channel? You're worried about that paycheck too much versus your own health. You're putting the check over your health, and it should be the other way around, because you only have one body. You only have one life. You should be taking care of it. Your health is precious. And if you want to play around with it and endanger it with all this overeating and giving yourself health problems, it's your life. You can do what you want with it, but you cannot get on YouTube and say to people, you're the reason why I feel no more joy, when there's a myriad of other reasons why you don't feel joy. And a lot of them have to do with the choices you made with yourself and with your channel.
My
So,
happiness comes from calm. Yes, there are a lot of things I want to do in my life. And I can't do those things yet. I haven't gotten there yet because, hi, me, do you see the size I am? So there are things that I want to do and that I would be doing if it wasn't for my weight. That's a whole other story. We ain't got to get into that. But it all.
yeah, we're not going to get into that because you know what you've done to your body. You know the overeating is a problem, but you're not ready to seek treatment. And I'm just going to say it like this, y'all. As someone I've suffered with BED, watching Amber, watching Foodie, I think the only thing that would work for either one is strict inpatient, because they would both be in a controlled environment where their food would be watched and they couldn't sneak eat and they wouldn't have the temptation so close. You cannot heal in the same environment that you hurt in. Chantal, Amber, if they're at home, they're too close to their temptations. They know all they have to do is pick up the phone and push an app and they can have food delivered to them. They need to be in an environment where they cannot do that. And they have to commit to the program. They have to be ready to commit to everything, to listen to everything. All this flip floppy, oh, I want to get weight loss surgery, I want to get healthy, and then 2 days later make a video where they show themselves eating food and thumbnails of them putting food in their mouths. That ain't going to get it done. You can't make a mockery out of your own addiction to food. You got to take it seriously. You have to understand how dangerous it is and that you're pushing your body further and further, and there's only so much a body can take. And I'm going to say this, Amber, and I'm not saying this because I'm wishing anything bad upon you, but just understand that all it takes is one medical emergency and you could lose your life. A heart attack, a stroke, a partial stroke can change your life forever or take your life away. As long as you're on this side of the grass where you can see the sunshine, you can make changes. Once you're on the other side where you can't see the sun, it's too late. So maybe start now or don't start now and see what happens. But you're playing Russian roulette with your own life, and it's so sad because you have the money and the time and the resources to fix yourself, and you're not doing it because you're too busy worrying about attention and views and a YouTube check. And is it worth it? You're making money on YouTube, but you're stuck in the house all day. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You can't dance like you love to dance. Look at all that you've given up. Look at all that you've sacrificed for that stupid check. Is it worth it? I say no.
Also kind of just brings me to like people want more. People just give us more. You're giving us nothing. What do you want me to give? I'm a 500-pound, 5'2", 32-year-old woman with severe mental issues like depression and anxiety and bipolar and et cetera, et cetera. What do you want me to give? Like, I feel like I'm giving. I feel like I'm giving all that I have.
Rather than focusing on what people want from you, how about give to yourself? How about take care of yourself? You got everything you need already. It's just a matter of getting started with change. Just get started. I know change is scary. It's scary for everybody. When you're starting something new, you're afraid of failure. But even if you fail, you can get back up and start again and start again and start again and start again until you get it right. But do you really want to change, Amber? I don't think so. You're monetizing your problem with food. Do you really want to change? Or are you just simply playing this game with people to get the views? And maybe you're trying to attract different genres to your channel. You're trying to get the weight loss people onto your channel and the mukbang people at the same time. Pick a crowd, pick a lane, and pick a destination.
I'm giving all that I have, and it's just not enough. And I understand a few comments here and there saying you're not enough, you're not doing enough, et cetera, et cetera. But when you hear it like from so many people and just so constant and repeated, it really gets to you. It starts to become like kind of abusive. It feels abusive. And I don't like.
You know what? If you want to talk about abusive, I think you, as a young woman with a BED, going through your struggles, knowing how hard it is to beat BED, because it is hard. It is very hard. I know a lot of people may have trouble thinking as food as something as dangerous as an illegal substance, but it is, because food is a legal drug that you can get anywhere and nobody's going to stop you. Food can be just as damaging as any party favor you could ever take. And no one's ever going to tell you no. You can't get arrested for going to the store and getting 20 pints of ice cream, but you can make yourself sick with it. But you, as a young woman, knowing the struggles of BED, you're making a mockery of it and potentially triggering people who might see you eat, and it might trigger them to not be in recovery. Did you ever think of that? Please think of that. That could be happening. You're making a joke out of it, and it's not a joke. A lot of people suffer with eating problems, and it's not a joke. It takes a lot of inner strength and determination and therapy to fix that. And here you are making a joke of it.
Like it. Like, I have thick skin clearly because like I still do YouTube and I can handle.
You doing YouTube has nothing to do with your thick skin. It's about you wanting and needing a paycheck.
The hate rather well. I should be allowed to express like the way that I feel and how people make me feel. And I feel like it's really important that you guys hear that a lot of you make me feel bad about myself, or just you guys turn my happiness into the opposite of happiness. And I don't like it, and I don't want to be gaslit because I hate that, because I feel like I can't share how I feel with you guys, and it begins to feel just very one-sided. Like, you guys can tell me all of these things about me and nitpick and like express yourselves in any way that you want to. Send me long ass messages about how horrible of a person I am or how boring my content is. But then like when I go to tell you guys, hey, like, can we slow down a little bit? Like, you guys turn it around and like make me seem like I'm just like this raging see you next Tuesday, when I'm not. I'm just like fed up a little bit. So that isn't.
You know what, Amber? I think you are as much a manipulator as Foodie Beauty. I think you manipulate your audience. I think you gaslight your audience. And here you are blame shifting onto your audience. You're not happy with yourself. You're not happy with your audience. You're burnt out on YouTube, and you're trying to turn it around and say it's the audience fault. Well, there are several options to fix that. One could be just take a break from YouTube, or you could make videos and turn the comments off, or quit YouTube altogether if that's what you want to do. Like whatever is good for your physical and mental health, that's what you should be doing. But you'd rather, in a subtle, round the corner way, blame other people for your unhappiness when the truth of the matter is you're not happy with yourself. And it has nothing to do with the audience. You brought yourself to the point where you are now. And you, like I said, you make a joke of BED. 1 minute doing a mukbang video showing a thumbnail of you stuffing food in your face, and the next minute doing a weight loss video. Take a stand. Stand for something. I know you want to get the crown back from Foodie Beauty. Here's my advice about how to make that happen and improve your health at the same time. Actually take care of yourself. Take a stand for your health rather than a check, rather than a deposit. You're at 500 pounds. I don't know what your weight should be. You are 5'2", I'm 5'4". So your ideal weight should be somewhere in the neighborhood of what, 130 pounds? If you went on a true health journey, making yourself healthy from top to bottom, that could be an arc that could last for the next 2 or 3 years. You know, exercising, eating right, really sticking with it rather than being flip-floppy and monetizing your BED. That could be an arc that could last quite a while, and you would get a whole lot of people that would get into your content, and you would get a whole new crowd that would praise you because you want praise. You know, you want people to pat you on the back. You could get those people. And the bonus, the biggest bonus, is that your health would improve slowly. You could do more. You'd want to go out more. You'd want to dance. You can get back the old Amberlynn Reid that everybody came to know when you first started YouTube and everybody liked you. You wouldn't have to sit at home so much. You could do more for yourself. There'd be lots of rewards and bonuses along the way, but you got to work for it. You can't be doing this lazy, complaining, whining, gaslighting, blame shifting content. You just can't do it. People are bored with it.
Another reason why I'm just having like a hard time filming and just kind of needing a break from that sort of headspace. And a lot of people could say, get off the internet. No, we need to focus more on getting the hate off the internet.
Oh, good luck with that. Good luck with that, ma'am. Good luck with that. You want to erase all the hate off the internet? Good luck with that. You're going to control everyone and how they feel and how they express themselves. So you want to get on your video vlogs and express yourself freely without restraint. But at the same time, you're telling people they cannot express themselves freely without restraint. Do you see the problem with that? You can't eliminate hate off the internet. You could be the nicest person in the world and do nothing wrong, and somebody somewhere is going to hate you just because you're nice. You can't please everybody all the time. You can please yourself, but you can't please everybody. Trust me, I know this from experience. People come at me for the most ridiculous reasons sometimes, but don't work on other people, work on you. That's where the most work needs to be done.
Don't kick off someone from YouTube who thoroughly enjoys it just because they're getting hate. That doesn't make sense. So another update I have is my ADHD. As you guys know, I have been wanting to get assessed for that. And I finally have someone calling me. They're supposed to be calling me within like the next 5 days. They want to evaluate me over the phone to see if I even need to take the step to get assessed, because they don't want to just...
Okay, wait. I have to stop you there, Amber, because I have a question. So you're being assessed for that. You haven't been fully diagnosed yet, but here you are saying that you have it. How can you say fully that you have it if you're being assessed and you haven't been diagnosed with it yet? You are self-diagnosing yourself. You can't do that. It might be something completely different. You won't know until you're fully assessed and checked out. You can not self-diagnose yourself.
Just like assess me right off the bat. They would rather evaluate me first. So I'm really excited that I'm finally taking the steps to do that, which also brings me to my psychologist. As you guys know, last year, wow, yeah, it's been almost a year, I decided to get a psychologist and start an outpatient program. And there was a moment where I was like, you know what, I quit. I can't do this anymore. But it wasn't even, God, I feel like it wasn't even a week. It wasn't even a week later, and I was like, I know I need to do this. So I started seeing the psychologist again. And so I've been seeing the psychologist for over a year. And this psychologist is from an outpatient program. So it's a lot of intensive therapy. But the thing is, it's a health at every size angle. And I can't have that angle if I plan on getting weight loss surgery. Having an angle of health at every size and the way that that program works would not work with me getting weight loss surgery. So, as hard as it is, I have to get a different psychologist. And it's very hard because the one I was seeing, there's not a single bad thing I can say about this person. Incredible psychologist. Like, she took her passion and she created art with it. She taught me so much and she made me see things so differently, and she understood me, but she also challenged me. And that is so badly what I wanted. And now I have to get a different psychologist because
Why? She was amazing. You just said she was amazing. So why do you have to get rid of that psychologist? You know, Amber, if you have a good psychologist, someone that understands you and someone that's trying to help you, why would you get rid of that person? Sometimes it takes a long time to find the right person who can help you. And it sounds like that's what she was doing. So why get rid of her? I don't get it. You know, you can go through a million psychologists and not find one that vibes with you. And then when you find one that does, you should hang on to them. I fully support going to get therapy, going to a psychologist if that's what you need, going to psychotherapy if that's what you need. I support these things because a BED, it has a lot more to do with the mind than the body. The food is not the primary problem. The primary problem is what's going on in your head and what's going on with your emotions and untying all those knots in your mind that are wrapped up with food, that are attached to food. You got to take all the emotional anchors off of food. You cannot look at food as love or comfort or a call back to happier times or a connection to relatives or friends that you used to be close to. You got to take the emotional anchors off food. You have to look at food the way it's supposed to be looked at and treat it the way it's supposed to be treated. It's just stuff that we put in our bodies to nourish us so we can go out into the world and get stuff done. You have to give food the respect it deserves. You can't look at food as for more than what it is. You can't treat it for something for more than what it is. That's what the therapy is all about. And finding different coping mechanisms that when you feel those urges to eat, you have other things you can do to get away from those urges, to control them, so that if you happen to have a moment where you binge, it's not going to last for a whole week. It might last for a minute and then you say, okay, I had a moment. Let's get back on the horse. Let's keep riding. That's the important part. You're going to fall off the horse a lot. You're going to have those moments where temptation just wins. But the important part is to say, okay, I had a moment. Let's continue. Never give up. Never, ever give up, because when you get into recovery, it's the most amazing feeling because you fought for it. You were determined, you got it, and then you have freedom away from something that held you prisoner. But why give up a psychologist that you were vibing with?
Getting weight loss surgery is my goal. And there are psychologists that are specifically for bariatric patients, for patients who are planning on getting weight loss surgery, because undergoing weight loss surgery is like a freaking whole other lifestyle change, like no other.
Okay, my opinion, Foodie Beauty has talked about weight loss surgery. Amber has talked about weight loss surgery repeatedly. Here she is doing it again. Amber, you're not even close to ready for weight loss surgery. No doctor with any quality degree would give you weight loss surgery while you have an active, out of control, raging BED. They would be insane to do that to you, or hurting for money, whichever way you go. And it would be pointless for you to get the weight loss surgery with an active BED. Weight loss surgery is something that you might do when you are at the near end of your recovery or in recovery, not when it's still going on. Let me tell you why. Because all the weight loss surgery does is make your stomach smaller. But the majority of your problem is in your head and your emotions, and you have to straighten those out. You have to straighten those out. I've talked to a few people that have gone through the surgery. It is very intense. And there's a lot of hurdles you have to cross before they even approve you. The doctors want to give you a psych evaluation. They want to see that you are losing weight, that you are on that path. And if you get approved, you have to be on a liquid diet for about, I believe, 2 weeks or a month. Are you ready to do a liquid diet for a month? I don't think you are. How can you sit there and say that you're ready for weight loss surgery when you're doing this crap right here? Answer me that. You still have a problem with food. You're still monetizing your problem with food. How are you ready for WLS? You're not. And if you're looking at weight loss surgery as a fix-all, as a cure-all for your BED, that's where you're going wrong. No surgeon can wave a magic wand in the air like Tinkerbell and say, okay, now you don't have a problem with food. All the surgery does is limit the amount of food you put in your stomach. And once you get the surgery, if you have a BED and you got those urges with food and you give into them, do you know what's going to happen? You're going to vomit repeatedly. You might even rupture your stomach. You might pull out the staples. It's very risky surgery. But just imagine if you have those urges with food and then you overeat and you rupture your stomach, that could be life-threatening. So don't look at this weight loss surgery option as a fix everything kind of thing, because it's not. You're not ready. If you're still doing this crap, monetizing your problem with food, doing these, look at the thumbnail. Hello. The thumbnail, you eating a candy bar. What else? What else we got here? Oh, here's another one, cooking messy tacos, putting food in your mouth. Here's another one, I quit Weight Watchers, and showing yourself eating. You're making a mockery of your BED. You're making it into a joke. If you took a stand, you wouldn't take it as a joke. You would take it seriously. Might be getting sick, you're eating again. You're purposely putting things in the thumbnails where it shows you eating. If you were ready for a true change of life, you wouldn't be doing this crap.
You completely, absolutely change your life. So I have an amazing weight loss surgery update. I have officially scheduled an appointment. So the appointment is scheduled. So I got an email from like the person who schedules the appointments saying that these are the dates that we do like is it intake appointments? I don't really know what it's called. I'm sorry. But she was the one who schedules those. And she said, these are, the options. And so I picked one, chose one. And she said, okay, I'll get you scheduled. And then I will send you another email that is going to show you what that appointment is going to consist of and how long it takes and like the rules for it and everything. So I officially have the email. It's a whole day affair. It's a whole day affair. Oh my God. I think the appointment is over 6 hours. So I'm excited. I'm excited to do this. It's going to be a long drive. It's going to be stressful. But I'm excited to take this step because this is like,
You know you shouldn't be doing this. You have to know you shouldn't be doing this. What is the point of making an appointment and getting an assessment when you know you've got to fix all of your issues first? Are you going to walk in there and not mention you've got a problem with food? Are you going to leave that part out? Because that part is important. Are you going to lie to the doctors and say, no, I don't have a problem with food? I don't have a problem with food at all. When you do, and you're monetizing it on YouTube, you get a lot of those doctors, surgeons, they can only fix things relating to the flesh. But there's nothing they can do to fix what's going on in your mind. That's the work that you have to do. You have to be your own surgeon and fix the damage in there. Whatever it is that's balled up in there, whatever it is that triggers you to eat, whatever routines you have revolving around food, you have to really work that out. Something that helped me, because the whole BED thing snuck up on me, Amber. I grew up around people that they did chemicals, and I was determined not to do that. But I never figured that food was something you can get addicted to. That snuck up on me. You just kind of snuck in at a really bad time in my life. Really bad. And I just got addicted to food. It snuck up on me. I wasn't prepared. I never looked at food as something that you can be addicted to. And once I realized I had a problem, because I did have a wake up moment, then came the hard question. How do I stop an addiction to something I can't completely quit? Because food is something that you need to survive. It's not like drugs or alcohol. You need food to survive. So, how do you get past an addiction to something that you have to keep consuming? See, I had trouble finding the answer to that. And then I figured it out slowly. You can't use food as a substitute for anything, for any kind of emotion. You can't get emotional about food. You can't have a warped sense of looking at food as comfort or love or suppressing negative emotion. It would be wise for you to sit down with a piece of paper or one of your journals and just think all the way back to when you realized you had a problem with food. And then sit down and make a list of times that you feel the most triggered to eat. Do you have routines revolving around food, like sitting in front of the TV and that's when you normally have a bowl of whatever? Do you get triggered the most when you're upset? Do you get to trigger the most when you're sad, when you're angry, when you're thinking about a certain somebody? Be aware of your triggers. Develop self awareness. Because if you have self awareness, then you can police yourself that when you feel yourself going there, you feel those urges coming on, you can say, nope, nope, and find something else to do. If you feel yourself about to eat something, divert your attention to something else that has nothing to do with food. Have you done that? I don't know. You got all those journals, you write stuff in there, but the big question that I have for you is how committed are you? You'll drive 6 hours to an appointment, but before the appointment, how committed to recovery and health are you? Because your videos point in the direction of you're not committed. You're wish-washy, you're flip-floppy. One minute you're doing the weight loss content, next minute the mukbangs. You're not ready. You're not ready for the surgery. You're not ready. You're not having that moment of I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired and I want off this roller coaster. I think you're too comfortable and making too much money being on it. You've got one foot on and one foot off, and anybody who's ever ridden a roller coaster knows you can't ride that way. Pick a lane.
The real true beginning steps is this appointment, because a lot of important information is said and you learn a lot of things. And obviously I'll share more about it when I do have the appointment. Obviously I can't film there. That would be crazy, but I will share as much as I feel comfortable sharing. I go back and forth. I'm like, do I really want to share this journey? Do I really want to share this journey? Because weight loss surgery is something that I feel like is the final tool for me. And it's like, if this doesn't work, then
that's where you're screwing up. This is the final tool for me, she says. No, it's not. It's a tool, but it's not the final tool. Work on your mind. Work on the stuff in there. That's what's causing you to eat. That's what's triggering you to eat. And you and maybe some of your viewers can call me a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm somebody who's been there. I took me 6 years to get in recovery, but I fought for it and I achieved it. And so can you if you're fully committed. If you're half-assing it, you ain't going to get there. You can't screw around with this. There's no such thing as someone being halfway in recovery. No, you're either in recovery or you're not. You can't screw around with it. Commit to it or don't. Your choice, your life. Your health is precious. Your one life, that's all you got. You determine whether you're happy in this life, you're healthy in this life or not. Your life is all about your choices. Pick a lane. Stop swerving all over the highway and messing around with it. It's not the final tool though. Work on what's in your head, because that is where it comes from. That's where it is. Something started you with this overeating. Figure it out slowly if you have to, but figure it out. Work it out. Do the work. Do the work. The mind is the first problem. The food becomes a secondary problem that causes all the other health problems. Do you get it? It's a chain. But if you want the chain to stop growing, you got to go to the top of the chain. You can't go in the middle.
what? Then, like, truly, I've tried everything. I've done everything. And
no, you haven't. No, you haven't. You've done everything. You tried everything. Have you tried not monetizing your problem with food and making a joke of it? Have you really? Nah, you're too busy making money with it, girl. You really tried? Okay, so this video and this video, you were trying, did a grocery haul. I don't know what's here because I don't want your content. You weren't trying here. And you weren't trying when you did that vlog where you bought 5 pints of ice cream for a taste test. Were you trying there too, Amber? No. Oh, you weren't trying here either. You're very happy to monetize your problem with food if it means you'll make a little bit of coin. You got a big channel on YouTube. How much coin do you need? How much coin do you need? And is that coin more important than your health?
so good. This is what happens when you don't order takeout and you get to experiment at home.
Yep. There she is. See, she's doing that for the camera, doing that for the feeders. I'm done with that. Let's go back over here. So you're trying that kind of content and you're trying. One addict cannot lie to another addict. I'm calling BS on you. You're not trying. You like talking about it, but you don't like being about it.
I feel like when people get weight loss surgery, it's because they're finally like, I've tried everything and nothing works. And that's where I'm at. Like, this is like this.
No, people get weight loss surgery because they need an extra tool to help get their weight under control because they're getting to a weight where they can't do anything. But they don't look at it as a cure all. Those people that have weight loss surgery, before the surgery, they are doing all they can. They are watching their portions, they're eating healthy, they're staying away from junk food, they're exercising, they're getting the process started. Have you? Are you exercising? You're on YouTube with all that money, you can't buy any exercise equipment, a treadmill to walk in your house to build up your stamina to help your body out. At the weight you are right now, Amber, since you are 500 pounds, if you watch your portions and stop with monetizing your BED, you could probably lose quite a bit of weight in no time.
This is it. And Feline is incredible. Like, the fact that she wants to help me pay for weight loss surgery.
I got a problem with that. I got a problem. I got a problem because that's wrong. You brought yourself to the point that you are now. You caused yourself to get to 500 pounds with all the overeating. So why is it somebody else's responsibility to pay for your surgery? That's wrong, Amber. You're on YouTube making your YouTube money and you're expecting somebody else to pay for your surgery? Why? Use your own paycheck. If you're looking for a life change and you want to show that you're changing for real, you'll say, you know what? I got myself into this mess. I'm going to get myself out. It's nobody else's responsibility but my own. I'll pay for it. I'll save for it if I have to. I'm not going to make somebody else pay for me hurting my own body.
I don't know, it like warms my heart a lot, and it lessens the stress and obviously lessens how much I have to save, because like I've also been super stressed about that. I'm just gonna find everything out, you know.
I'm curious. I mean, look, I'm not in your finances. I'm not trying to pocket watch you, but you're on YouTube with a huge channel, and this video alone got 36K views. I don't know what that translates to. I don't know what your RPM is. And for those who do not know what that is, that's the amount per 1,000 views that you get, and everybody's RPM is different. I don't know what your RPM is, Amber, but I'm sure it's quite a lot. So again, why does Feline have to pay for your surgery? Lay off on the junk food and the takeout. You can afford your own surgery in a month if you're approved. But as I've said, I don't think you need to get it right now. You can easily start right now yourself at home, getting yourself healthy, eating better, trying to exercise as much as you can, really making those life changes. You don't need surgery for that.
During that first appointment, and what they think and like the steps I need to take. And I am just so excited to just like get the list, like what type of tests do I need beforehand? Like, 'cause sometimes they want like to do a sleep test, they want to get your heart checked, or all types of different things. And I know they're probably going to want to check my gallbladder. I feel like that's probably what's going to happen, because it's very, very common to get your gallbladder taken out during weight loss surgery. So I just feel like there's going to be like things, especially like they're probably going to want me to see a psychologist. And that's something I already know, but I'm just excited to get that list, to do those things, to do the responsible things, to do the right things, and just check, did it, check, did it, check, did it. So I'm really excited to just.
Well, you've gone to doctors before, and I'm sure they've all given you the same advice to eat better and to lose the weight. So did you check all those boxes off? Are you doing what the doctors advise you to do, or are you ignoring it? I think you've ignored it because you're at 500 pounds. If many doctors have seen you and they've all keep saying, Amber, you need to lose weight, it would benefit your health. Why not check off all those boxes? Why not try to do some of those things?
Just get everything together. Like my anxiety and my anxiousness and just everything is like, oh my God, I want this appointment to be over with. So I have to wait. It's in a couple weeks. So it is going to be happening though. And I'm so excited. Oh my God. Wow.
You're getting an assessment. You're not guaranteed surgery. You're probably not going to get approved, or even if you are, you shouldn't be doing it. You should not be doing it. Because if you got it and you've got off the table, you're set up for failure. You're set up for hurting your body further because you're going to keep vomiting. And by the way, ma'am, just so you know, something I've heard about weight loss surgery. Once you have it, say goodbye to any kind of carbonated drinks. Say goodbye to soda. Can't drink that no more. Can't have it. Your stomach's small, can't handle it. So are you ready to give that up?
I'm like pumped. So the next thing I want to share with you guys is I'm so out of my reading slump. It's not even funny. I'm like so out of my reading slump. I can't stop reading. So I finished Snow Falls by Gary Hill. Did not really like it. It was boring. There wasn't anything dramatic. Even just like the romance was boring. I'm not gonna lie.
I support you reading. I support you being creative. If you want to paint something, if you want to make something, that's fantastic. Something for you, Amber. If I were in front of you right now, we could talk face to face. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a doctor. I would ask you an important question. That if, and I'm not going to get religious here, this is just a question, y'all. My question to you would be, if God gave you his pencil and said, write your life the way you exactly want it to be, like write the happiest life that you could write, and it would be a reality, what would that life be? Like if you could just change everything to be exactly what you want, what would that life be? Whatever it is you dream about, whatever it is you want the most, that's what your life should be. You could take what you dream about and make it into reality with hard work and determination. You don't have to dream about things you want. You can actually go after them. And if food is of high importance to you, if food is what you turn to for comfort or love or to combat loneliness, your biggest task is to find a thing or a group of things that give you just as much enjoyment and satisfaction as food. That's how you get past the problem. If you have nothing in your life that you look forward to that gives you happiness, you have to find something equally as large to replace it, something else to put your attention on. That is how I got past mine. Like if you enjoy food a lot, the challenge is to find something where you can give your attention that makes you feel just as good as food. It could be something creative. You can dance, you can go walking, you can exercise, you can talk to people. But you got something taking your attention and putting it in a positive way, and there's some kind of reward at the end. So just think about that.
It is about two females who fall for each other, and it was just boring. I gave it a 2.5 star out of 5, so that's not bad. I also finished Five Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. Also kinda lame, but I did give this a 3-star out of 5. There was a book with twists. Almost feel like I should have. Here's the pounds lost. That's how that looks. So far, here are my doodles. I have no idea. We have like a brew.
You know, I support you being creative and drawing things, Amber, but I think it'd be beneficial to have a journal where you write in your journals. You write down your feelings. If you're having a moment where you're about to binge, go directly to your journal and just start writing your feelings down. Put the feelings somewhere else besides on a plate. Don't eat your feelings. Put them on a piece of paper. Paint a picture with them. Get it out of you. Because as long as those bad feelings stay inside, they can cause trouble. So yes, I support you drawing things, being creative. I'm all about that life. But don't forget to write. Don't forget to write down stuff. Get it out of you to where it lessens the urges, to where they don't control you.
Room. We have a heart. We have some flowers. We have a nun.
You got
Day. going to be cool to kind of go back and see that. And then I also have a did I upload? So I have a uploaded or did I not upload? Which one? Which one is it? I was going for the every other day, and then right here we kind of messed that up. And then here is my notes for my lovely wife. Wasn't many. I read it pretty quickly. 5 Total Strangers. I also read that one pretty cool. There's a loud plane. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but bullet journaling has been so therapeutic. It takes like 10 to 15 minutes every single night. Like,
I just want to say something about Feline. I don't know the woman. I have nothing against her, but just a note about people who have BED. Even if you have somebody at the house, being your emotional support, being there for you, helping you do things, that's fantastic. But those people cannot stop you from overeating. You have to stop yourself. You could have the most wonderful, supportive person in the world, but they have no control over you. Even if they put locks on the fridge and lock you in the house, if you got a BED, you're going to want to eat. You're going to get your way, one way or the other. No one can stop you but you, Amber. So yes, I'm glad that Felina's there, and she's there as a companion and to help you with things. I'm glad about that. But this problem of yours is over your head and it's over her head. And for those who do not have BED, who've never dealt with it before or known someone who has, it's hard to understand. And if you want food, you're going to eat. So, you know, you gotta put a stop to it. You're not going to put a stop to it doing this crap, monetizing it. So if you're serious, cut it out.
like people were like, "Oh my god, how does she have time to bullet journal?" Ma'am, what? Like there are TV shows up the yin yang and movie style. I just think we're at that point. Like, if I'm ranting and I'm telling you you're hurting my feelings or you're making me feel judged or belittled, I think in your heart you should know, like, oh, yo, that's me. I should probably cool my tits. Or, oh, I know that's not me, because I'm not like that. Like, I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way when people are just like, oh my God, I can't believe you talk to your audience like that. No, I'm not. I'm talking to the people who, like, actually, truly, 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 like, just don't belong here. Like, if you have a bad aura, bad energy, you make me feel bad about myself, you don't belong here. I feel like it goes both ways. If I make you feel just bad, you don't belong here either. I don't want to make anyone ever feel anything other than like happy. And obviously,
Maybe the negativity you're getting from some of the people is frustration. Maybe you're hearing a lot of frustration, Amber. Maybe the people that are talking to you have been watching your content for a long time and they remember how you were when you first started YouTube. You got on YouTube with a weight loss journey, and a lot of people can relate to that and they can relate to the struggles. And then over time, you changed, and maybe they're just venting their frustration. I don't know your audience, I'm not going to speak for them, but maybe what you're hearing is frustration because you just keep flip flopping and you're making a joke of it and you're not serious. Maybe they're just frustrated and angry. Just kind of take that into account. So that's it for her vlog. Let's see what the people have to say. So Freakzilla says, I've never seen anyone try blaming all of their problems on said strangers. That's wild. Yeah, it is wild. It's blame shifting, okay? And that's what she's doing. When you're not ready to accept full responsibility of what you've done to yourself, you're not ready to take it all on and have that full self-awareness of, this is my fault. I brought myself here. I did this to myself. You'll put it off on other people so that you don't feel the shame and the guilt of what you've done. That's another reason why I say she's not ready yet, because if she was ready, she would take it all upon herself and blame no one else, because no one has done this to Amber but Amber. The Big By Wolf says, I've never seen anybody complain as much as she does. I worked at McDonald's when I was 17, And it was literally hell on earth. And not one person complained as much as she does, sitting and raking in the money by stuffing her face and ranting. Exactly. I said that earlier. Amber is a combination of entitled and lazy and burnt out. She's just been on YouTube for so long, making the easy money, that she is not grateful for it anymore. And she's burnt out on YouTube. She uploads the videos, but all she wants to do is make her money, but she doesn't want to deal with the people that are responsible for her having money. Finster says introvert equals housebound, criticism equals contradictions, gaslit equals lying, hate equals calling out bad behavior. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Petty Davis says one good way to get people to turn on you is to constantly use I can't say that freaking word, accusing language towards them. You guys are doing this. You guys are ruining this for me. You could say, the criticism I get makes this difficult. But no, you do it in a way that automatically puts people on the defensive. Lots of people are not ruining anything for you. Do you think we're going to keep watching if we keep getting lectured? Well, that's up to y'all. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, what to watch, what to listen to. What the viewers choose to do is what they choose to do. But one thing I will say, if people go to a channel and the content doesn't make them feel good once in a while, if it's boring, they tend to stop watching. There's so many other places on YouTube to go. Why would they choose to be somewhere where every time they go there, it makes them feel drained or angry? Error 404 says, Amber, you want to know why people come so hard for you and not other channels? It's because the other channels don't whine about the haters to the point people lose respect for them. That's true. That's true. There's also a difference between hate and opinion. You get those mixed up a lot, so I suggest you separate the two. Also a good suggestion. But seriously, if you stopped addressing or acknowledging the hate in general, you'd be amazed how much of it would disappear. You're feeding into it by telling us how much it affects you. Just shush, girl. Right. You're telling the haters this is bothering me, so they're going to keep bothering you. You're like, you're just opening the door for all that. Kay says, Amber, you chose to make yourself a public figure. When you did that, you accepted all consequences of that choice, including leaving yourself open to criticism and having the criticism affect your mental health. You made that choice. Nobody forced you, and now you don't get to have it both ways. You don't get all the attention and money without it, right? You got to take what comes. People 100% have the right to say what they want on a public platform, and unless you turn off or ignore comments completely, you just got to deal. I said that earlier in my react. Evie Hi-Ho says, never has anyone said you are not enough. You are criticized for constantly quitting, for constantly lying to us and yourself. But the majority of us would really love to see you succeed. I believe that too. I believe that there's a lot of people still watching Amber, just like with Chantal. I think a lot of people started watching Chantal and Amber, and they were different people then, and the money just changed them. But some of those people are still holding on to the hope that there's going to be a wake up moment for both and they're going to go back to the way they were. But I'll be honest with you, I just don't see that happening. I think the money has affected both of them and they're just too set in their ways. Carolina Nells says, I'm so tired of hearing her complain. Some gratitude would do wonders for you, Amber. Yes, it would. Put a little gratitude in your attitude, Amber. Put that on a plate and eat it in large amounts. Here we go. Courtney says, no respectable surgeon would risk their license by operating on someone who clearly doesn't meet the minimum standard requirements for the operation. She's kidding herself. Well, that's true. That's true. And here's something else for you, Amber. Being at the size that you are, If you want weight loss surgery, it would benefit you to start losing weight now, because the healthier you are, the better your chances of getting on the table and not having any complications or life-threatening scenarios. If you take care of your health now, even if you lose 50 pounds, it would help your health. Not just to look better, but if you got on the operating table, it would help with your recovery. Omar Sheriff says there are 1,000 excuses for failure, but never a good reason. Mark Twain. Good words to live by. A lot of people talking about her lecturing and they don't like it. Shaq says, so a lot of people saying you don't give enough is abuse. Girl, your audience is giving you feedback. You are nothing without your audience here. Yeah, because let's just imagine for a moment there was no YouTube or her channel was gone. What would she do? How would she make money? She's not employable. She doesn't have the stamina to do a regular stand-up job. And she's been spoiled, rotten by YouTube. She wouldn't be able to work for a boss for minimum wage pay or regular pay. She'd be a brat. She'd be a nightmare. YouTube is literally it for her. And I'm just going to say this openly. I feel, my opinion, that if Foodie Beauty and Amber did not have their channels where they were making excessive amounts of money, it might actually be healthier for them because they couldn't indulge so much in the food. They'd have to have a regular amount of pay, and that means they could only buy so much in the way of junk food or snacks or whatnot. They might actually get healthy that way. The more money they make, the more unhealthy they make themselves. That's just my opinion. Britt Brat says, you're allowed to tell us how you feel, just like we are allowed to watch what you are choosing to show us and tell you how we feel about you. Right? It goes both ways. You want to make money off the public? You got to let the public talk to you. You can't have it just one way, Amber. Let's see. Looking for some good comments here. There's some really great comments here. So there's a lot of the same comments here, but you guys get the gist of what the people were saying. And I know it's not Foodie's comment section, but I want to give the people a voice. So I want to show what they're saying, and they're saying a lot of the same things. You know, take accountability, Amber. Stop the blame shifting. Stop the gaslighting. Have some self-awareness. Take care of yourself. I'll say this one more time so you get it through your head. You can get 1 million YouTube paychecks, but you've only got one body and one life. So it's wise to take care of it and to take care of your health. If you don't take care of your health now, you pay later. And the cost may be very, very expensive. The cost may be you losing your life. Not that I'm wishing that upon you at all, but it's time to put things back into perspective. What's a YouTube paycheck if you can't go out into the world and enjoy it? What's a YouTube paycheck if you're stuck at home, bedbound, because you can't move very much? Is it worth it, girl? Is it worth it? You're getting a check, but you're missing out on life outside your front door. The good times that you could have, the places you could go, the things you could do, the laughs you could have. Is it worth it? You make money on YouTube monetizing your BED, but at what cost? You're missing out on so much when you don't have to. But your life is your choice, and you have to make that decision for yourself. And with that, I'm out. So I hope everyone has enjoyed this React video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you very much for being here, and please have a good one. Bye-bye.